Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lords of the Night. With me, as always, your Lord of Punishment, Scribe. Say hi.
Scribe?
Did we lose Scribe as soon as we started?
I don't know. There was like a sound and then...
Yeah, I heard noise and then no scribbles.
Oh, maybe his phone just rung. So...
Okay. Well, as you can hear with me, as always, is the Lord of Pennies. Fuck!
Puppy pennies.
Satsu, say hello.
Hi, guys. This show is going to be... This is going to be an interesting one.
No, my parents called exactly as Monkey was introducing me, and I had to talk to them. So I'm going to have to leave now. I will be back as soon as I can. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize.
No, dude, enjoy. We'll see you when you get back.
It's not a matter of enjoy, I'm afraid.
That sucks. Good luck to him then. I'm your Lord of Pain, and as you can see, this is going to be one of those shows. Yeah. It's a Saturday, so it doesn't matter. It's the end of the work week. Everybody's chilling. They have that Saturday vibe going on. They've had a day off already. It's just chilling time before you get to that Sunday. Oh God, what a crappy day kind of feel. I need to read a super chat over on Streamlabs that came in before the show from Unholy Reaper, who says, "Monkey, save me from this mind-numbing family interaction. They're a bunch of liberal retards." We will do our best. We're here to entertain you for a couple of hours ish. I hope. We have a hard line on that couple of hours. The hope is the entertainment part. Satsu, how you doing, man?
I am tired, but good.
Long day?
Kind of. Squeetus was being a little weirdo. Not really crazy, like crying and shit. Just being weird. There were several. What the hell is wrong with you today?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Get used to that, my friend. Get used to that. I had a pretty good day. I'm sore. I did laundry today. I was trying to be more of a good house bitch, Satsu, and my body's not used to that stuff. But I got to see Little Butt and Peanut today, which made me very happy. And there was one point, Peanut and me are sitting in the big comfy chair, and Peanut is just sitting in the crook of my arm, and I'm watching House, and it looks like she's watching House with me. Uh-huh. And Lady Monkey points that out, and my daughter goes, "Well, it's better than what he used to watch with Little Butt when he used to watch South Park with her." I'm like, she was a baby. She didn't know. Right. But when she was a baby, like all the way up to where she was first learning to talk, she loved that show and she loved the sound, the theme song. Mm-hmm. If she was upset and you turned on that theme song, I used to keep it on my phone. She would calm right down, and she used to ask, "Can I watch The Boys?" Because she thought that's what the show is. And then when she started to be able to repeat stuff, that's when it was around that same time. Unfortunately, I had to stop letting her watch it because she could repeat shit, and it's not the best cartoon for children. Mm-hmm. There's also a great moment, because I was just snuggling the baby. Me and the baby like to snuggle. She spit up all over me and her. Literally, I've never seen a baby hold that much liquid, and I've dealt with a lot of babies. She just everywhere, and get us all dried up and stuff. And her mom changed her, and they were getting ready to leave because they were going to a family thing over at my in-laws' house. And Lady Monkey asked me, "Do you want to get one more snuggle in?" I'm like, "Of course I want one more snuggle." So I'm sitting there just rocking her, hugging her. And my daughter, who she gets her patience from her father, and I have none, you guys. But she gets her sense of time from her mother. She needs to be on time to go places. And her father's just not, I'm not like that. The only time I definitely have to be on time is if it's a movie, because I got to catch the beginning. If it's like, "Come over, we're starting dinner at 2, I'll be like, "I'll be there about 2:15, 2:30. Don't worry, I'll be there. Save me a plate."
Monkey on black people time.
I am. My daughter is not like that. So she has we have to be there on time along with my patience. It is not a good combo. But to her credit, to her credit, she is standing there as I'm just snuggling the baby, and I see her. She's just standing there waiting, and I can see she's trying her best because this is her dad who doesn't get to see her daughter very often. It's this cute moment, and I'm like, you're getting impatient, aren't you? She goes, no. Well, here you go. You can take her. She did very well with that, because if that would have been anybody else at that moment, she'd been like, we need to go.
Like, give me my child.
But since it was me, she's like, okay, dad can hold it. Because she's still my little girl too. Thank you, Cryptic. Did you hear the cannibal who was late for dinner? He got the cold shoulder. I feel like I need a bell so I can ding that one. Ding. Well played, Cryptic. But enough with my family stuff. Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games. Hit that like button, you guys, and share our stuff far and wide, because we do stuffs, and we like you guys to see it and share it because it's interesting and fun. Do it. Damn it. That's right. Tired of telling people. No, please share our stuff, because you guys are the best resource we have for that. Oh shit, you know what? We don't have Scribble, so I need to look up news. My bad, y'all. Hang on.
Well, while you're doing that, so Squishy got home, and I found out that, because you remember I told you that Squeetus don't really like laying on your chest.
Oh, yeah.
I stand corrected. She likes laying on Squishy's chest because she got titties.
Oh, yeah.
So I was chilling in here after Squishy got back, and she took her shower and everything like that. And I go into the living room right before the stream, and she's like laying on her mom's chest, and she's like gnawing on her fingers like she usually is. So I sit down next to her, and I'm like, hey, baby. And she looks at me and gives me this cute little side smile, and then nestles her head into Squishy's boobs. And I'm just like, you little fucker. She like, yeah, I don't like yours. but this is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Just looking at me like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've decided that's why Peanut likes me, because I'm squishy. I don't have like big old titties or nothing, but there's not a hard part of my body anymore. That's what happens when you sit in a chair for 4 years. And that's all you do. Mm-hmm. So when I meet Squeetus, she'll just snuggle right in. All right. I'm heading over. I looked at the New York Post because that's my favorite place to go, but none of the stories jumped out at me. So we're going to start with this one from CNN. Trump administration preparing to announce long-anticipated reduction of U.S. troops in Afghanistan. About damn time. President Donald Trump's administration is preparing to announce a long-anticipated drawdown of about 4,000 troops from Afghanistan, a senior official confirmed to CNN. The announcement come. This is why I don't read, Satsu. This is why I don't do it.
Don't worry, man. I'm rooting for you.
I appreciate it. The announcement could come as early as next week, but the official said the timing remains in flux. How much you want to bet it comes next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday, exactly.
Next Wednesday is going to be my guess. Here's the maybe Thursday. Right now, the timing for the impeachment hearing, last I heard, was set for Wednesday. They're expecting to do it then. So my guess is going to be they're going to announce this the same day as the the full House vote for impeachment.
Oh, so to kind of offset it a little bit.
Yeah, get it out of the news. And look, if that is true, it's kind of a shit reason to do it or way to do it. But they bring these boys home. We talked about the Afghanistan report the other day. A lot of people had compared the Afghanistan papers to the Pentagon papers, and they're not exactly the same. Pentagon papers are a collection of papers from the Vietnam era that showed not just that the war was, not being, I don't want to say it wasn't being won, because militarily we kicked the fucking shit out of them, but there was no desire to actually do the job. They weren't allowed to do the job. But more than that, it showed that we were like breaking the law by doing things like bombing Laos and Cambodia, things that the military wasn't supposed to be doing. But the Afghanistan papers did show that, we have no reason to be over there exactly. We're not sure why we're there. We have no goal in mind. So bring these fuckers home, man. I don't care what the reason. Just get them here. The announcement. Trump previously indicated that he could, or that he intended to withdraw several thousand troops from Afghanistan, where between 12 and 13,000 troops are currently serving in the 18-year war. We're going down to 8,600, and then we'll make a determination as to what happens. Trump told Fox News Radio in August, we're bringing it down. Just bring them all home. Fuck them. Let Afghanistan deal with their own shit.
I agree.
I get why we went there in the first place, to go after Al Qaeda and all that shit, but we've been there too long. We took care of that in the first couple of years. It took longer to get bin Laden, but for all I care, we could have just blown the place up until the little fucker died, till we found his little exploded bits somewhere. Our people have been over there far too long. We've lost way too many of them. We lost almost 2,500 of them. That's not cool. For a war nobody can explain anymore, and really couldn't for the last several years.
Has there been any Democratic response to this? Because I'm sure they had something to say.
It's not mentioned anywhere in this article. This article is really short. It's only a couple more. Planning for an announcement of the troop reduction is now underway, even as the U.S. has restarted peace talks with the Taliban. The president indicated last month that the Taliban would be willing to agree to a ceasefire, a public pronouncement that caught Taliban leaders off guard. There's nothing else. There's no comment from anyone else. Do you think they're going to be like, yes, it's about time, or to be like, fuck Trump, he's orange? I need to make that shirt. Fuck Trump, he's orange.
Wait, I saw something earlier. I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh my God. It was a meme. There are some funny Trump memes over on Facebook, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, I'm not one way or the other with Trump. I really don't give a shit. But the memes, sometimes they are quite hilarious. What the fuck did they call him? I got to find it now.
Maniac Man said, I've said this before, but you aren't seeing it, Ranting Monkey. It's not nearly as easy as you think to pull out. Interests are there from the deep state. It's quite simple. The president withdraws all troops. Deep state, at that point, I suppose they can try to JFK him.
Sorry about that, guys. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, my dad called. He's not feeling well. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Is he okay?
With my dad, it's hard to tell. He says, I think I got a touch of the flu or something. It's like, is it though? So anyway, I just talk to him for a bit and check in and make sure he's taken care of and mom's there and all that stuff. I just get kind of worried this time of year because when I saw them for my little Thanksmas thing, it's one of those things where, haven't seen your parents in a relatively significant amount of time. And my mind thinks they look a particular way in health. And then I see them now and I just think, oh my God, they've gotten old. And I don't mean that like in an insulting way or a sarcastic way. It's just a very sort of like bucket of cold water thing. It's just about how they're getting on in years. It's just very, Anyway, sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to bring it down.
No, you're fine.
It's one of those things. Where were you guys at? I got stories that I pulled up and I didn't get to, obviously.
The only story that I read so far is the one about the troop drawdown in Afghanistan.
Okay.
And I didn't have any other stories. So,
well, I got plenty.
Okay, well, do you want to take it over?
Sure. Let's see. So the first one I had, this is all over the place because I guess it's a very slow news day. New Jersey Democrat outspoken against Trump impeachment expected to switch parties.
Oh.
Which is, I guess it's just sort of changing the window dressing on something. But a freshman Democrat who strongly opposes House Democrats' impeachment of President Donald Trump is expected to switch to the Republican Party and is telling colleagues his intentions, according to a senior Democratic aide.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut in there, but we saw this with a Republican a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And it's all just over the impeachment. I don't understand why you have to completely sell out your values over just the impeachment. But I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut in there.
Well, I don't know if it's selling out values, except maybe it's just sort of calling a cigar, because at this point,
Perhaps.
if him backing Trump's not backing Trump's impeachment, effectively makes him a lame duck in his own party. And so to get anything done, to have any traction after this, because it is such a divisive issue, his only choice to actually have a chance of actually getting anything done for his constituents might be to switch the Republicans.
Yeah, because nobody over there is going to even talk to him anymore. So
yeah,
might as well not be one.
And didn't let's see, so this is Representative Jeff Van Drew is considering the switch as he struggles in New Jersey politics. Didn't New Jersey go for Trump last time around?
Jersey, I'm not sure.
I thought it did. Well, if it did, and I think it did, yeah, he's already sitting on thin ice as a Democrat in a place that I like I said, I believe went for Trump last time in a relatively good margin. So this might just make the most sense overall. Internal polling has shown he was losing major support from Democrats in the district. Democratic sources told CNN on Saturday switching parties would allow Van Drew to avoid a Democratic primary challenge for his seat. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy on Saturday blasted the change, saying Van Drew is, quote, willing to enable Donald Trump just to try to salvage his own election, unquote. Yeah, that's what politicians tend to do when they're desperate.
And that's the part that gets me, and I know that he has to. I get what you're saying there, Scribbles. You can't look like you're helping Donald Trump. How dare you?
Yeah.
But did all your other views change?
Well, yeah. I mean, if this guy was representing me, I wouldn't support him. I'd think he was an absolute weenie.
Yeah, I'd kick him out for this.
Yeah, I can understand it on a pragmatic level. I don't agree with it on a stand by your values level. Oh, and then the very next sentence, quote, betraying our values by siding with Donald Trump is the final straw and made it impossible for him to continue being supported by our party. As grassroots activists, local party leaders in his district and I have made clear in recent weeks, Murphy, a Democrat, said in a statement. This party switch is cynical and desperate, and I am confident that a Democrat who shares the values and priorities of our Democratic Party will hold this seat, unquote.
Just because you don't think the president should be kicked out doesn't mean you're supporting the president and all of his policies and shit.
But okay, devil's advocate time. If he goes against impeachment, given the current climate, that is the same as saying you are with Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's rhetorically and PR wise, he's not going to be able to get his foot in the door after this. So he probably, maybe he doesn't want to do it either, but maybe it's the only thing he has available to him.
And I get that. And that makes him, in my opinion, a shitty leader. He's a great politician. Shitty leader, though, and I'd vote his ass out for that anyway.
Yeah. Go ahead.
At that point, literally, like, even if you were asked about Donald Trump's impeachment as a Democrat and you said, I don't really have an opinion about it, that alone is like, I fully 100% support Trump. Like, that's how they would read that shit.
Yeah. A better man would say, I'm not betraying my party. I'm trying to adhere to the Constitution and the process as I see it. And he takes his time to explain his position, but stay where he is and stick to his guns. That would be the smarter thing to do. Yeah, turning tail and running over to the other side, it's not going to win him anything. Like I say, I understand it from sort of a high-level pragmatic sort of thing, but it's stupid. Anyway, something else that's stupid, this continues a theme of, well, if the system isn't going to play my way, I want to change the system, a la Electoral College. The Democratic National Committee balks at effort to alter debate qualifications. The Democratic National Committee is pushing back against a request from the party's presidential candidates to change debate requirements to allow Cory Booker and Julian Castro to appear on the January stage. The letter sent to the DNC Saturday afternoon is signed by Booker, Castro, and all 7 presidential candidates who have already qualified for the December debate. Wait, is it a December debate or a January debate? I'm unless there's another debate in January, I'm forgetting. It urges the committees to alter its debate qualifications for the January and February debates in a way that would allow Booker and Castro and potentially several other candidates to appear. The candidates asked the DNC to return its qualifications to either achieving the threshold through polling or through individual contributors, rather than requiring candidates to reach both. Booker and Castro have reached donor thresholds for debates, but not polling. But the DNC resisted the request in a statement shared with Politico. Quote, the DNC has led a fair and transparent process and even told campaigns almost a year ago that the qualifications criteria would go up later in the year. Not one campaign objected. The DNC will not change the threshold for any one candidate and will not revert back to two consecutive nights with more than a dozen candidates. Our qualification criteria is extremely low and reflects where we are in the race. Once voting starts in February, our criteria will reflect those contests, which is more than appropriate. We are proud to have given candidates so many opportunities to get their message across, and will continue to have fair criteria that reflects each point in the race, unquote.
Could you imagine their reaction if the Republicans were doing this? Like if they were just like, yeah, I know we have a threshold that we all agree to, certain criteria that we all have to meet in order for us to get to that point. But could you like change it so that way none of that matters and we can still debate anyway? It's just like, okay, yeah, sure, why not? We're talking about Donald Trump cheating and everybody in the Republicans being cheaters and all that shit. Sure, let's just fuck the rules and you can do whatever you want.
Real quick, thank you, Cryptic. So too wide of a debate, eh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, there's that, but I mean, they're not wrong when they say the threshold is very low. Last I checked, you had to be polling at least 3% in like 3 different polls. Mm-hmm. I think that's moved up to 4.
Oh,
well, okay, 4. I'm sorry, 4%. But still, at this relatively late stage before the primaries, 4% isn't asking a lot to have enough like heft behind you to be a top tier candidate.
I hear what you're saying there, but we're also at the point. Look, the whole point of this was to try to keep people like Marianne Williamson off the stage, somebody who's not a serious candidate. Real quick, Angry Illinoisan, thank you. The DNC is as transparent as me, a 300-pound man. Mm-hmm. Thank you, sir. I don't like their rules. I really don't. And I get what you're saying there, Scribbles. If you can't muster 4%, but they also have the rule. It's like it's 4% in 4 polls that they chose. These are the 4 polls that they think are worthy of making you qualify. So it's not even like all of the polls that are being done.
Yeah, but wasn't it, like they said, wasn't this established a year ago?
Yeah. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. They're being a bunch of jackasses. If they go through with this, it would be a slap in the face to everybody who hasn't made the stage so far.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What else I got? This is kind of a weird one. Cryptocurrency tycoon died, leaving $145 million in limbo. Now his lawyers seek exhumation to check that it's really him. Hello?
What?
I was waiting for you to move on.
You guys went completely silent. I'm getting really paranoid about not hearing anybody talk these days.
You get it? I get
I read the headline. That was the headline. I was waiting for a reaction to the headline. There was no okay, fine.
And if I react to the headline, you're like, wait, let me read the story.
Never mind. No,
I'm being good for a change.
If I give you space to speak, it's a green light, monkey. We've been doing this for 3 fucking years.
Okay, I'm gonna need a voice.
Extremely deceptive, and that is.
Thank you. I'm gonna need a voice confirmation of when I'm allowed.
Yes, gentlemen, or something, some type of. Go on.
This is why we should have, at least for our side of the equation, like our cameras on so we can see each other's body language a little bit or something. All right. Lawyers representing users of the collapsed Quadriga CX cryptocurrency exchange platform, which I'd never heard of before, are requesting that Canadian authorities exhume and examine the body of its late founder, Gerald Cotton, to check if the person buried there is really him. Cotton, co-founder and CEO of Quadriga, died of complications in December 2018 arising from Crohn's disease while traveling in India, the company said on Facebook. At the time, Quadriga, once Canada's biggest cryptocurrency exchange, said it was unable to gain access to his digital assets At least $145 million were left frozen in Cotton's account. Cotton's death plunged Quadringa into crisis and left it struggling to figure out how to refund more than 100,000 users of the currency. Gosh, it's almost like it's a bad idea to have an entire organization built around one individual.
Yeah.
In April, Quadringa announced that the Supreme Court of Nova Scotia had issued a termination and bankruptcy assignment order outlining the process by which the Quadringa CCAA proceedings would be converted to bankruptcy proceedings. Miller Thompson LLP wrote the Royal Canadian Mounted Police on Friday, requesting an exhumation and post-mortem autopsy on Cotton's body, quote, to confirm both its identity and the cause of death, given the questionable circumstances surrounding Mr. Cotton's death and the significant losses of affected users, unquote. Many of the digital currencies held by Quadringa are stored offline in accounts known as cold wallets, a way of protecting them from hackers. Cotton was the only person with access to the wallets, according to the company.
Damn.
There's your problem right there.
Why?
Why would you? Holy, okay, well, first off, were the investors told that that was the case? Because if they weren't told that there was only one guy with the keys to the kingdom and that he was the only person with access, I don't know that I would have invested. So if they were fooled into thinking that their money was safe or something, you have a case. But yeah, anyway, so be careful what cryptocurrency you buy, I guess.
I suppose.
That's nuts.
We has a birthday.
Who's that?
The gayest person on YouTube.
Okay. Does someone that powerful, were they actually born naturally, though? Weren't they sort of like this descended from heaven?
Either way, it's still their birthday and it's time.
I guess. All right.
Gayest person on YouTube. You know what happens. This one is for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday and shit.
Happy birthday to you.
Hope your gay ass enjoyed it.
Happy birthday, dear
Gayest person on the internet.
Wow.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I hope you had a gay one. I hope you had a gay birthday, my friend.
That's true. I hope it was happy and gay.
No, I was waiting to make the little joke that I was letting my hair sing as well, and my gay hair and gay jumped into my. I hope you had a happy birthday and as gay as you wanted it to be. How about that? Did you have anything else there? What?
I got one more. I'll try to go through the high points because this is something that we have been talking about that we haven't heard much about, but it's a story about the shooters in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
And I've only read a little bit ahead of time. I'm curious to know what you guys think of how this is framed, because I'm not sure, but here we go. For those who knew New Jersey shooter Francine Graham, deadly rampage brings total shock. Francine Graham was an occasional babysitter in the West Harlem housing project where she grew up, and former neighbors still remember her as polite and caring.
Thank you, Three-Sided Coin, who says, interrupting Scribe so he knows he's not alone.
That's what that was for, to let me know I'm not alone.
That's what it said, yeah.
I don't believe you, sir.
Good night, honey. I love you.
Decades later, when she settled into a townhouse complex in Elizabeth, New Jersey, Graham worked as a certified nurse's aide for a health center run by the Catholic Church and looked out for ailing neighbors, according to her former employer and residents who interacted with her. Quote, she was good people, Edwin Lopez, 62, who exchanged pleasantries with her while walking his dog. Walking his dog, Nike, interesting name for a dog, at the Water's Edge Crescent Complex in Elizabethport. Quote, you just never know who you're living next to, unquote. Indeed, Graham, 50, and David Anderson, 47, are accused of killing a police detective near a New Jersey cemetery and then storming a nearby Jewish market on Tuesday. There, they shot and killed 3 people in what authorities said were acts of domestic terrorism, quote, fueled by both anti-Semitism and anti-law enforcement beliefs, unquote. The hours-long police standoff ended with their deaths. For those who saw Graham as kind, normal, and neighborly, it brought complete bafflement. Quote, "That was not the Francine that I knew," said Estelle Rodriguez, 73, who 4 decades ago moved to the 19th floor apartment across from the Grahams in West Harlem's Manhattanville houses.
Thank
Quote,
you, Terry Diamanis, who says, no honorable intentions. I just want you to interrupt Scribe. Y'all are going to get me in trouble. Thank you, Terry.
You know, I'm sort of imagining in this abstract little world that we exist in that interruptions are sort of like this rare breed of criminal tribe or something, and that you've all put out a bounty on interruptions, and it's up to Monkey to take down the interruptions because he's the sheriff of this here parts. That's what it seems like to me.
I just do what they tell me.
You know what interruptions are? They're the negative spaces between thoughts. So, yeah, if you guys want to put a bounty on interruptions, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it requires me to keep talking, doesn't it?
It kind of does.
No, okay, well, let's go. Actually, you know what? We're at the bottom of the hour, so unless you want me to keep going with this, yeah. So well, I was just interested because they start off this whole thing talking about how pleasant this person was. It seems a very gentle introduction to someone that just helped murder 4 people.
Thank you, Cody Fry, who says, stop interrupting Scribe, you bastards. I feel like that was supposed to be an interruption.
Well, you know what? You are the agent of justice here for the interruptions. So if you read it the wrong time, that's on you.
It was funny to me the way you started out that article. She was good people because you walked by and said hi to him. Am I wrong? And that's what the original the opening was. It was just somebody who occasionally walked by her and said hi.
Yeah, he exchanged pleasantries with her while walking his dog Nike.
Is that really a good way to get to know someone?
I don't know. I guess it's right up there with sort of like the serial killer down the streets. Like it's always the quiet ones kind of thing. I mean, that doesn't seem too odd to me. It's just the way that this is framed compared to many other stories we've read of like rampages that kill people. And they don't usually start out the story by sort of extolling the quiet virtues of the person before they actually start getting into the crimes.
Yeah, I feel like, well, one, we'd heard previously there was an article I read that the girl was kind of a good girl until she met this guy who's kind of an ass.
Right.
And he brought her into this life of crime thing because it's never her, of course.
Mm-hmm. She has no autonomy of her own.
But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just not going to believe anything. Look, even Al Capone was nice to some people. Just don't get on his bad side.
Yeah. I
mean, he spread money throughout the community and stuff. Just don't get on his bad side. Does that make him a good person? No. He was a shitbag's murderer. He was still, I mean, there's very few people who are evil to their core.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it doesn't surprise me that sometimes you can find somebody who will say something nice about a shitbag. Well,
and even the guy that or the male member of this duo, I bet in his mind he thought he was being the hero. You know, that's the Dr. Doom syndrome. It's just, you know, very few people think that they're the bad guy.
Yeah. So yeah, not real surprised. Satsu, any thoughts on that?
Not really.
Yeah. Just thought I'd bring it up. Anyway, so I got, that's it. That's all I got.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on to hashtag MSS News. If there's a story you'd like us to take a look at, hit us up at that hashtag on the Twitter machine, and we will do our best to get to them. But we can't because Al Capone's a dick.
Miss News.
Al Capone's a dick.
Yeah.
Do you think that
old stands?
Do you think De Niro was a good Capone?
I thought he was okay. He should have been fatter.
Yeah. I thought, oh God, what's his name? I suddenly forget his name. The guy who played Capone in the Untouchables TV show, not the old one with Robert Stack. I'm talking about like the '90s one.
Never saw it.
Oh, I was really into it at the time because it was like, oh, the Untouchables. Because I used to watch the old black and white reruns with my dad on the satellite, and Yeah, that was really good. What God was that guy's name? I suddenly forget his name. Well, William Forsythe. William Forsythe. Yeah, and I remember him because he was the guy who played Flat Top in Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, amongst other things. Anyway, that's just me going off on ridiculous trivia.
And in the movie, I mean, Al Capone didn't have a real big part. So for what he did, I guess, yeah, it was fine.
Yeah. The guy, I forget what his name was, the guy who played Al Capone in the Boardwalk Empire series did a good job. Anyway, Capone's aside, this one comes from senior staff reporter and chief Florida correspondent Colleen Bernier. Don't play video, thank you. Exhibitionist who exposed himself as a party trick is stabbed to death by friend who thought he was being propositioned.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a complicated story. A man who would often expose himself as a party trick. That is probably the laziest party trick. Just like, here's my dick. Okay. Ta-da! It's like abracadabra. Ta-da!
I've been growing it for 44 years.
Yeah. So a man who often exposed himself as a party trick was killed by his friend who thought he was being sexually propositioned, a court heard. Paul Lundy, 48, was stabbed to death by 28-year-old Nathan Calder, who took exception to his extroverted behavior at his home in Kidderminster on May 22nd of this year. This is in the UK. A court heard Mr. Lundy was described as an exhibitionist who, quote, believed he was God's gift to ladies, unquote, and would regularly expose himself in front of others. That's a picture
now it's
of the guy.
Satsu's turn to interrupt Scribe. Thank you, Bald Potato. I'm sorry, Scribe. That was hard for me to do.
No, you're not.
I am.
Sorry. No, you're laughing.
Because
okay, sound solemn if you're going to be sorry. I don't believe you.
I can't. I don't have emotions.
I have no soul. Calder denied murder at Worcester Crown Court and claimed he acted in self-defense because the victim had asked him to perform a sex act on him and, quote, manhandled him, unquote, which takes on a whole different meaning when you're talking about this stuff.
Yeah.
But he was found unanimously guilty by a jury on Wednesday. He was sentenced to life imprisonment and will serve a minimum of 17 years.
Bro.
Yeah. So there you go. And as far as God's gift to women, I suppose if you like a sort of like Mr. Clean's ugly brother, maybe if that is attractive to you, but yeah.
Is this a interrupt Scribe stream?
Moving
It
on.
can be for the right price. Thank you for that donation, Chicago Mike.
Gum money. Remember gum money?
Whore. You want me to lie about it? What's that? Gum money?
I feel like Scribe has mentally prepared himself this time. So if you're going to get it, do it now.
Okay. This one comes from Frosted Glass. It's another story from Medium, which seems to be just a gold mine of brilliance these days. And the sub-level at Medium this time is called Level. It seems like Medium has an unending supply of different subheadings for their stories. Your toddler will never know Spider-Man was white.
So?
Miles Morales breathed new life into the stale Peter Parker coming-of-age story. Children who look like him can now strongly identify.
Yeah.
Quote, you'll believe a man can fly, promised the movie poster, back when Richard Pryor was the funniest black man in America, and Le Freak by Chic topped the pop chart. A Lowe's theater stood at the center of the Parkchester projects in the Bronx. With my 8th birthday fast approaching, my parents made a wintertime date night out of Superman the movie, starring the late Christopher Reeves as the Big Blue Boy Scout. Adults giggled when Soups used X-ray vision to tell Lois Lane her panties were pink. Whatever else he was seeing never dawned on me. Like her lungs and how he was checking to see that she didn't have lung cancer.
Right.
Up past bedtime, I flew down the snow-lined block afterward, adrenalized over the first real superhero blockbuster. I guess maybe it was. Yeah, I suppose. I'd never felt more like Superman in my young life. Well, how could you? He was white. What are you talking about? Oh, with senses on high alert and gas-guzzling cars gunning out of the parking lot, kicking up gray, wet slush. That's when my mother said 5 words. A beam of kryptonite from her lips. Can you imagine what those 5 words were?
Sit down.
What?
Sit down? I don't know.
Quote, be careful, you're not Superman, unquote. No paraphrase
Bert and Ernie,
necessary.
thank you. Deal with it, Scribe. You love it, you bitch. Thank you, Bert and Ernie.
Is that when the sunglasses descend onto my eyes? Deal with it.
Deal with it.
No paraphrase necessary. When your heart sinks that far and that fast, you remember it exactly.
What? Wait, did she say it because they weren't white?
No, she was saying because he's not invulnerable. But apparently we're going to now take that, which is obviously not what she meant, and turn it into something about race.
All right.
Okay, you know what's missing from this story? What's missing from this story is the whole fact, supposedly, that Superman was literally made for white people, and its only draw was that he was white. And everybody who went to go see Superman at that time went specifically to see a white man on TV. Like, where's that part of the story? Because that's what we're talking about here. The significance of Spider-Man because he's a Negro now. So why don't I hear that shit when I hear people talk about going to see superhero movies that star white people back then?
So, sorry, Satsu. Spider-Man is an Afro-Latino.
I don't give a fuck what the
Hey, be accurate, dang it. No. Anyway, you can all kind of imagine where that story goes from there because we've painted by the numbers on these several times in the past.
Well, I just got to say this is unfair to Asian kids.
But they have Bruce Lee, monkey.
They don't have a Spider-Man.
Wait. There wasn't there like a Japanese Spider-Man? There was a Japanese Spider-Man movie. I think he's going to show up. Yeah, but the thing is, there was a petition or something to get that version of Spider-Man into the next Spider-Verse movie.
And that's fine, but they're specific in that article that Miles Morales is what Spider-Man is becoming.
Yes.
It's not Hung Sung Lo or whatever as Spider-Man.
Jesus Christ.
What? Look, nothing. Asian kids, they have one of the smallest populations in the US. They are never going to get ahead if they don't have representation as Spider-Man. Damn it.
Well, if I remember, wait. There is if I remember correctly, an Asian spider person. If I remember correctly, named Silk, who also has spider powers. She's, I think she was established several years ago. I don't know how popular she is, but there is an Asian spider person.
You're not getting it. That's
I'm
not
trying,
Spider-Man.
but it's an original character.
You gotta
be
Spider-Man.
All right.
It's got to be Spider-Man, or they're never going to succeed.
All right. Let's see who's next. Okay.
Miles Morales is the worst thing they've done to Spider-Man.
I don't know about that, but
no, the Clone Wars is the worst thing they did to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Unholy Reaper, thank you so much. Who says freedom? Thank you, Monkey, putting you guys on speaker. Made the last bit of the night quite entertaining and got me out of there for at least an hour early. We're happy to help. Very happy to help. I'm sorry, there, Scribbles.
I was going to say, any of you who are old enough to have been there for the clone saga of Spider-Man know the horror of being told the character you've been following around and loving for 30 years is not the character that you thought it was. Oh, no. That character was replaced in a smokestack 30 years before you were born or whatever, and is actually a clone. And the real Spider-Man's had amnesia this whole time. And it was like the worst, cheapest soap opera plot, and they stretched it out for years. Yeah. It was so bad. Anyway.
Now, that is not to say I'm a fan of Miles Morales and what they're doing there, but comparatively speaking, yeah, it's not bad at all.
Well, I'm not against the idea of Miles Morales, but I mean, he was part of the Ultimates universe, if I'm remembering it correctly, and they just sort of merged everything in the last several years. new characters that take up the mantle, I'm not necessarily against, as long as the character themselves is original to a certain extent, and that the transition makes some sense, that it's not just an instant, oh, Jane Foster picks up the hammer of Thor and now she's Thor, that kind of bullshit.
I just think the odds of 2 people being bit by a radioactive spider are pretty slim.
It's true.
And living.
Yeah, well, let's see.
Comic books.
This one comes from the original Shroom. Starbucks apologizes after 2 uniformed California deputies were allegedly refused service.
Of course.
This is becoming a weekly thing now. Huh?
Yeah, it's a theme in Starbucks. Starbucks has issued an apology. Yeah, okay. The incident happened at a store location in Riverside. The Riverside County Sheriff's Department confirmed in a tweet Friday night. Excuse me. Quote, "We are aware of the cop with no coffee incident that occurred in Riverside on 12/12/19 involving our deputies. We are in communication with Starbucks corporate addressing the issue of deputies being denied service." Sheriff Chad Bianco retweeted the statement, writing, "2 of our deputies were refused service at Starbucks. The anti-police culture repeatedly displayed by Starbucks employees must end," unquote. Starbucks confirmed that the law enforcement officers were ignored by employees for nearly 5 minutes, a spokesperson said in a statement. Quote, "There is simply no excuse for how 2 Riverside deputies were ignored," said Starbucks Starbucks spokesperson said. Right said Red. Quote, "We are deeply sorry and reached out to apologize directly to them." Starbucks said that the employees who were working that evening would not be working with while the company investigates and takes appropriate steps. Okay.
When is Starbucks going to shut down for their police training?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they had to fucking take discrimination classes and shit right now. And then it created a culture of discrimination.
Real quick, I want to read what Unholy Reaper's been saying in chat. He says, "Yeah, my grandmother was not amused, Ranting Monkey, but me and my dad were loving her reactions. The look on her face when you said monkey dick was priceless." I'm glad we could help bring some entertainment there, Unholy.
What are you listening to?
Oh, I got to mute for a second. I can take my Motrin.
Monkey dick, what is this? A Cenk Uyghur debate? Let's see. This one comes from Shrouded Angel. I'd actually thought of reading this one for news, but we ran out of time, so I'll do it now. As long as a video doesn't play in my ear.
Sorry about that.
Who slapped?
Uh-oh.
Runner who's...
Is that him?
Porter's bum on live TV.
Scribbles? Oh, God. Scribbles, we didn't hear any of that.
Ari Darj.
I don't think he hears us either.
Yeah, I think I finally got through that time. Yeah, Scribbles, you are breaking up horribly. Okay, he dropped. Let me bring up MSS News. I should have had this ready because we knew this was a possibility. He made it through most of the first hour with no problem, but it happens.
That's pretty good.
All right, we're reading one from Shrouded Angel about a runner. Let me find it. There's the Starbucks one. Aha, is this it? Nope. This one. Nope. This one. There we go. Oh, it's the okay. Yeah, I've seen this story. Runner slapped reporter's bum on live TV, charged by police. Did you see when this happens, Satsu?
No.
Yeah, I'm going to throw the link in the chat because I think there's a video with it. You can actually see it. He runs by as she's doing her report. And there's a lot of people who are like getting in the camera. They're trying to get their face in there. And he decided it would be a good idea to slap her ass. A runner who slapped a reporter's bum on live TV has been charged by police. Tommy Calloway was running the End Market Savannah Bridge run when he... Oh, shit. Sorry, an ad popped up to the side and moved everything over. And now I've lost where I'm at. The End Market Savannah Bridge run when he whacked a reporter on her backside. Calloway, 43, was charged by police on Friday with misdemeanor sexual battery after turning himself in following a police appeal to find him. news reporter Alex Bozarjan, I'm not sure how to say that, 23, has told of her disbelief that someone would help themselves to her body, particularly while she was doing her job. She said the incident made her feel extremely vulnerable with the heavy impact of the slapping. The video shows participants jumping in shot of the camera and pulling silly faces on December 7th. Only moments into Mrs. Bozarjan's reporting, Calloway can be seen swooping in behind her and slapping her backside. Mouth agape, the reporter looks stunned and stares in the runner's direction. She's unable to continue reporting momentarily.
Oh, geez. Yeah,
right.
Looks pleased.
She doesn't look pleased, and it takes her a second. I can't believe that just happened.
Yeah.
Look, yeah, don't be slapping strange women on the ass. You only do that to your secretary.
Particularly white women. Don't do that.
Yeah, you only do that. Look, if it's your secretary, some chick you work with, it's okay. It's okay. No.
Mm-mm. No.
Is that old school thinking?
Yeah, that's
shit.
Old school, just a little bit.
Only do it to women who've told you it's okay or given you some indication, specifically like what's the word I'm looking for here?
Consent.
Verbal, positive consent.
Right.
And Massive, I didn't skip anything. I just jumped down to where we were in the stories here. Let me go. Let's see. Oh, there we go. This is from Massive Dynamic. Let's do this. Megan Rapinoe endorses Elizabeth Warren for president. I forgot she was a person. Do you know who Megan Rapinoe is, Satsu?
Nope. Not a clue.
Thank you, Angry Illinoisan. You can do that to your wife if she likes it. You also have to know how hard. I mean, don't walk up and like, whack. And this guy was running and ran by and slapped her. Don't do that. Megan Rapinoe is Rapinoe is one of the World Cup soccer players for the U.S. The one with the purple hair who looks like she should have been in 2016 Ghostbusters.
Uh-huh.
Two-time World Cup champion Megan Rapinoe has announced her support for the Democratic presidential candidate Elizabeth Warren. I truly believe the best things in life are the result of being bold and being real, Star wrote, whom Sports Illustrated this week named Sports Person of the Year. I'm proud to endorse Elizabeth Warren today for being bold, for being real, for listening to all of us, and for being prepared to navigate the unique challenges we face today as a country. A video accompanying Rapinoe's tweet, Rapiho, I don't care, showed Warren calling the soccer star. Oh my gosh, I can't even call you by your first name, said Rapinoe with a broad smile. That's so inappropriate. No, it's not inappropriate. Warren laughed with a tomahawk at her side. It is exactly right. And I just wanted to call and say thank you. We need you in this battle. Amend the 19th. That's all I'm saying. Amend the 19th. Let's see. Moving along, we'll do, depending on how long this one's, we'll do one more. This one was sent to us by our very own Jack the motherfucking Cockring. It comes from the Blaze, so I feel like this might be a little bit biased. Actually, this isn't going to be biased. It's going to be a little bit braggy because they're going to get a kick out of this. CNN's ratings plummet to embarrassing multi-year record lows amid impeachment focus. Amid the mainstream media's focus on the impeachment of President Donald Trump, CNN plummeted to a multi-year record low over the Thanksgiving weekend. CNN fell to a 5-year record low. You don't have to say record low like that so many times. That's starting to buy. Who wrote this shit? Who wrote it? Chris Enlow. Look, dude, when you're writing something, read it. Read it out loud. And if you're repeating the same goddamn little phrase there, find something else to say. Anyway, to record low in the.
It's a record low.
It's a record low.
It's a record low.
CNN fell to a 5-year record low in the key 25 to 54 demographic and a 3-year low in overall primetime viewers last week, according to Nielsen Media Research. The network was ranked 18th overall in primetime viewership, averaging just, oh my goodness, I got hiccups now. I'm sorry. Averaging just 620,000 people each night. Networks like AMC, Freeform, HGTV, the Food Network, and Hallmark decimated CNN in the ratings, Nielsen data showed. You got beat by the Food Network and Hallmark. Oh my God. Meanwhile, Fox averaged more than 2 million, while MSNBC averaged just over 1.3 million primetime viewers, slotting them third and fourth in overall primetime networks behind ESPN and Hallmark. Oh, Hallmark does that good? Hallmark is one of the top 2 channels out there?
I guess so.
Is that for real? Well, it's Christmas time, so maybe they do all their Hallmark Christmassy stuff. Hey, Scribbles.
You couldn't see me that entire time.
I just heard the beep.
I was sitting there in the waiting room for the last 10 minutes. You didn't see any of those messages? Nothing?
No.
Oh, for
I'm
God's
reading.
sakes. No, well, no, I'm just pissed off and bewildered as to what the hell's going on with my internet. I get 45 minutes of streaming and then it cuts me off and then it all goes bug nuts again. I don't even know if you're hearing me now.
Yeah, we can hear
No,
you.
you sound fine.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm very, very, very angry. This is ridiculous, and I don't understand why it keeps happening.
And yeah, I'm sorry that there's a beep that comes up now. You can turn it on so that people, when you hear it, it just played as soon as I came over and let you in. So I apologize.
I sent messages on Twitter. I sent messages in the private chat saying hello, and apparently I'm just cut off from the world when this happens. I don't understand it.
No, it wasn't that. I have my chat because I pop out the chat and it sits over the left side of the screen that we're in the Hangout in, and then I'm over on my screen on my left reading the news, so I don't even see. So I apologize, but ladies and gentlemen, yeah. So CNN over their garbage insistence on paying so much attention to the impeachment the way they do. How do you get half the numbers of MSNBC? I'll tell you how. By trying to be the other liberal network. You know, CNN, we need to talk for just a minute. We need to talk. Listen to me. I know you're not going to, but listen to me for a minute. Fox already has kind of cornered the market on the conservatives. MSNBC has cornered the market on the liberals. There's a wonderful market for you right in the middle if you want to take it. What you can't do is be a knockoff MSNBC, especially when you're the oldest guy on the block, for fuck's sake. The fuck are you doing, CNN? Look, I like to laugh at the stuff that comes out of CNN, but it gives me no great joy to watch it. I remember CNN as it was growing up and watching the Gulf War on there, and that's where you turned into if you were a news hound until other stations finally started popping up. There's still a place in my heart for those guys. I used to love sitting there watching Crossfire at night. And what it has become with people like Don Lemon, who aren't sure disrespectful's a fucking word. What are you doing? Seriously. That's just my little rant. Anybody have anything else to say about CNN fucking up in the ratings?
Nope.
I read Chris Cillizza every night. You need to ask me.
There you go. There you go. And you've had your CNN rants before too.
Oh yeah.
I just Ranting Monkey, they were doing fake feeds from the first Gulf War. They've been fake news since they started. You know what? And I get that. You can say it was fake feeds from here, but they were still reporting on the news and stuff, and that's where you went. It's where you went if you were newsy like me. You had that, or you had C-SPAN, which, yes, I used to watch that as well. I still watch it when I can. I was so happy when I found their YouTube page. Okay. Anyway, so that's going to wrap up the MSS News, guys. Thank you so much for the submissions, but we have to get on. Oh, somebody sent me a private message. Oh, it's Scribbles. Hi, Scrib.
All right. Now it gets there.
No, it was there. I just, like I said, I wasn't
here. Do me first on all this stuff in case I crap out again. Sorry.
Sure. Absolutely. Guys, this is where we move on to YouTube time. So, Scribbles, you got anything for YouTube time?
Well, I didn't do anything today, but I plan, and I underscore that word, plan to do a live stream commentary tomorrow morning for another interesting panel discussion. But we'll see how it goes, because if after 30 minutes of starting and I crap out again, it'll be a short stream. But don't take me as having sour grapes right now or nothing. Anyway, that's all the YouTube stuff I've got.
I don't want to read this, Mash. Thank you, Mash. Who says Scribe is because your modem is obsolete. Stop being a puss and get a new modem router from your internet provider.
It's not my modem. Trust me, it's not my modem.
Chat Mort gave you a little wink for the "do me first" line there. Satsu, do you have any YouTube stuff?
An unboxing video that's supposed to be going up tomorrow. It was supposed to go up today, but I fell asleep instead. So it'll be going
all righty. We do have the game stream over on 2 Cents Plus right after this, playing some 7 Days to Die. Let's see. I did my Monkey in the Morning that got cut short because I was incredibly dizzy. I went and laid down and woke up a few hours later and did the after party, which went much better. And then my internet actually held up for me to be able to do a game stream this afternoon, which shocked the shit out of me because it's supposed to be metered and it actually held up. So I was pleasantly surprised, which I'm sorry to be saying that to Scribbles right now. Yeah. Scribe, do you have any humpetry?
I got one that was very popular today. The Washington Post put out a editorial. They called it a perspective, but what are you going to do? Regarding Greta Thunberg. Well, the blurb says, let me read it here. Autistic young people deserve serious respect and attention, not dismissal as the pawns of others. Donald Trump's attempts to discredit Greta Thunberg are the latest attempt to show autistic people can't speak for themselves. And I said, are we to then abandon any concern that child activists may be the pawn of others? Because they also deserve not to be exploited by adults as mouthpieces for a social political agenda, as well as having their youth and disability used as shields against criticism.
And they responded promptly, yes, we should do that, but only when conservatives are using them.
And on a reverse of that, when a lot of people are making hay about Greta Thunberg saying something to the effect of putting leaders against the wall who do not do something about climate change.
Yes.
Well, first off, I stick to the other thing. She's just a kid. I don't take her, quote, that seriously, let's say. However, the people that want me to take her seriously on everything else she says are telling me to just ignore that comment, which is just like, okay, choose. Am I supposed to take her seriously as a leader in the climate movement, or am I not?
Because when you tweeted out that Washington Post one today, I went over there and looked, and the person who did it, who wrote that article, they're like in an autist club in college or some weird shit like that.
Okay.
Here's the thing: people in college are still young, so she's probably full of piss and vinegar because people are like, oh, you're autistic? We're gonna go ask the regular kids. Notice I didn't say normal people, because I'm a feeling person. Greta's not you. Greta's 16. She hasn't even been to college to be a pawn of the college professors. She's a 16-year-old child. This isn't young people as in, 18 to 25. This is 16. There's a difference there. Even if I accepted her argument that we need to take autistic young people seriously, I don't take any 16-year-old that seriously. They're 16.
Not only that they deserve absolute respect and attention. Like,
deserve it.
Flat out. Like, for just full stop. Like, oh, okay. I don't know anybody who deserves absolute respect and attention just because of this. Not anybody, but sure.
You're a little bit quiet, homie.
Yeah, I turned my mic down because
there we go.
My air turned on. Sorry.
Oh. The only other one I had, I want to get this out quick in case, the New York Times put out this story today with a video. It says, The distribution of shells in one hermit crab population was surprisingly similar to the distribution of wealth in human societies. That may make hermit crabs one of the first animals known to experience wealth inequality. And I said, because no animals have ever before competed over limited resources. Thanks, New York Times. Me much so smarterer now.
Have they never paid attention to like a lion's pride?
Yeah, fucking monkeys.
Yeah.
Even
Lion's pride, monkeys, different schools of fish, shark versus whale. I mean, what the fuck are they talking about?
All right. I mean,
anyway, yeah. So the New York Times, hermit crabs. They're the first ones to have wealth inequality. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, that's my fucketry.
Do they put a lot of inventory or stock into how many shells their neighbor has?
I don't know. I don't know the psychology of hermit crabs. I never considered that when it comes to wealth inequality.
The Joneses just got a new shell, honey. Why can't we have one? Get a job, bitch. Anyway,
what do you mean get a job? They're hermit crabs, monkey. Hey, they don't have partners.
It's wealth inequality.
Oh, okay.
Satsu, you got anything?
No, other than some more walls don't work fucketry, which like I don't know. It's that video that was initially put out of the dude climbing over or whatever. The Border Patrol made a response video showing basically telling a full story, the nature of the wall, how exactly it works, and the fact that it did indeed work as intended. The person was caught, and that was basically that. They're like, yeah, so don't pay attention to the dumb shit you see on the internet all the time. It ain't always true. We caught the person, the wall worked as intended, and we're happy we caught him. And somebody pointed that out to Sophane, whose argument was walls don't work. Whose argument was that they're completely worthless and do nothing to stop anyone. And his response to somebody being caught at the wall trying to scale it is that's not the point.
Yeah.
That's not the point.
That's not the point. Okay.
Real quick, let me get this Streamlabs. I think Mash is just trying to piss you off. Mash, thank you so much. Me much smarter now. Scribe, stop stealing Sir Six material.
Oh, I don't watch Sir Six material, so I guess I'm just as smart as he is.
I think Mash got it. Mash got a boner for you tonight.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Satsu. You're talking about the wall thing.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much. Oh, wait, no, actually, that was not it.
Oh, liar.
Hold on, because I just remembered I was over on Twitter. I X'd it out or whatever, because I'm just like, I'm so done with this shit. But there was a chick who put out a post that says, I hate men. And basically, if you're going to pop into this, this chat to explain to me why you're the exception, I mean, you're not the exception. And there are some people in here, oh my God, with the the messages.
I'm going to let you get through this before I'm going to say this first.
Yeah.
I went over to this chick's page because I saw that post. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. It should be noted, while she is a feminist and all that, thank you, Mashishu, who says, Ranting Monkey, how did you know? I'm just guessing. It should be noted that this chick's cousin was just murdered by her husband.
What?
By the cousin's husband 7 days ago.
Oh, Jesus.
So she's kind of worked up right now.
Yeah.
She says dumb shit before that, if you go back to December 6th or before. But after seeing that, I'm kind of giving her a pass on some of her craziness right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Under the context, like, I understand. What I was responding to was a lot of these fuckboys in the...
Oh, sure.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, oh, man. Let me see. Can't blame you in the least. Sadly, the fact is women choose to be with men. It is the best proof that you can't choose your sexuality, in my opinion. Let's see here. She says she won't apologize. He says, none required. I'm biologically one of them, but generally can't relate to their problems. Which are usually just outrage that they have to exhibit empathy or otherwise legitimize the agency of marginalized people.
What? Okay, whatever.
Yeah. Somebody said, in response to that, you just tried to claim that you're the exception, right? None of us are the exception. We really aren't. Not yet. And I said, this guy has done something horrible to women. He basically just admitted it.
Yeah, kind of. It's one of those methinks thou doth protest too much kind of things.
Yeah.
No, it's one of those. I've done horrible shit, and to make myself feel like I'm not a shitbag, I'm going to blame the entire male race, or what? We're not a race. What are we? We're a gender, sex. The male sex. There we go.
Yeah. Let's see. This is John. I'm not going to fault any women for hating men. Too many men have harmed too many women too many times. If a woman tells me that men aren't welcome in their home or on her land or at her party, I will leave without making a fuss.
Oh, jeez. What a hero.
Yeah. So stunning. So brave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, here's a male response. You have been hurt. I wish you peace. May your hate dissipate and be replaced with love. I'm like, there you go. That's a
good one.
That's fine.
Reasonable enough response. And then this dude said, what exactly did I do to make you hate me? And some chick said, what do you mean? He said, I'm a man, hated by someone I've never met. Hate is a very strong word, and it bothers me that a complete stranger feels that way about me.
Yeah.
And she says, I think you already know that this isn't about you. The reason she posted this is because her cousin was murdered, and as a result of a domestic violence, she spent the last week trolled by countless men, stating that they aren't the person who did it. And I'm just like, well, why did you post it on Twitter? Did you not think you were going to get a response?
Here's my problem with what she did. Because I understand. She just, family tragedy. Like, I don't know how close she was with her cousin or anything. But imagine this, if she'd done this, instead of, I hate men, a black person murdered her family. And she's like, I just hate Negroes. There's no good ones.
Yeah.
Nobody would put up with that.
Yeah. I hate blacks. And if you think you're one of the good ones, you're not.
Yeah.
And people wouldn't be like, oh, well, I think you understand. She means she hates certain black people. Like, nobody would put it that way. Or, I hate women. I hate Muslims. Like, if you said anything like that definitively, nobody would be like, well, he obviously just means the bad ones. They'd be like, no, you're a piece of shit.
Real quick, I'd like to welcome Jack. Jack, how you doing, my friend?
Good. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're awesome. We're in fucketry time.
Ooh.
There was one post that chick made where she's like, because apparently this was a domestic violence relationship with her cousin. And several people are like, well, she should have left. Don't tell people to leave. That's victim blaming. It's like, no, it's really not. It's telling people how to stop getting killed by these fuckers. Yeah. Why in these situations when you try to tell people, like, look, this is how you avoid it, does it become victim blaming? We don't say that when your car is stolen. You say, you need to lock your doors. You blame the victim. Like, no, we pointed out some shit you shouldn't be doing. I don't understand that. So again, she's a week out of this, so she's angry, and I get that. But there's a lot of problems with this bitch and what she's saying. Anyhow, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to jump on your thing there, but that was one of mine as well, Satsu. I get it. I do. But like I said, you can't just start blaming all groups of people because somebody from that group did. I've seen that too many times. And I've seen it from racists. Like, well, a black man hurt my family. Like, was it all of them? Pretty sure it wasn't all. It's not every Negro came and punched your cousin in the face.
Right. Now, this is the last one I'll do. This chick named Catherine says, I hate men too. I also love men. The men worth being included in the second statement are smart enough to know not to add the word all into the first. And I'm just like, well, grammar disagrees with you. But anyway, the response to that was from this dude named David, who says, quote, I also love men. Bloody gods, why? Loving men is like loving the measles, the disease that makes millions of people sick every year and kills thousands.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus. What are we, like a disease cell now? There's 4 of us.
Yep.
Yeah, God.
Yeah.
You know, at least I can kind of understand it from the women. The guys who jump in here to be the heroes can all go fuck themselves. Every last one of them.
Hey, if they're heroes enough, they'll get their peepees touched.
No, they won't.
Well, the tricked out part is her statement explicitly said, if you come in here to try to pretend like you're the exception, you're not. And they're just like, I'm so happy to prove you right.
Well, there's a picture of this girl, and I don't mean to bring this up, but I mentioned that if it was a race issue, judging by the skin tone of her children, her boyfriend was of Mexican persuasion, Latin persuasion. Nobody would be okay if she was out there saying that, Latin people are all horrible people. I don't understand why this is accepted. I'm gonna have to go on a Twitter rant at this bitch. Anyhow, I'm getting more worked up as I think about it, Satsu. Thank you for that.
Yeah, she also says that 90% of all murder-suicide victims are women.
97%, she says in one tweet.
Yeah, which is so unbelievably false that I don't even think we have enough time to address it. So we'll just leave it at that.
All right, is that all you got, my friend?
Yes, indeed.
Jack, we are on Humpetry time, but you weren't here for YouTube. What'd you did on the YouTubes lately?
I posted a couple of videos, and that was really about it. I posted a new video about the Golden Girls board game on my Vicinity channel. It's a trivia game, no less.
Oh, okay.
And you have to collect cheesecake slices. It's actually a pretty neat little game. That actually sounds cute. Yeah, guys, if you're not subscribed, I have different things I put in the description. So I don't have your links in here, Jack. But on Monkey in the Morning, guys, I have like all 1,000 of his because Jack has a ton of channels.
I get distracted a lot.
Make sure you're at least following this channel, his Bad Comic Reviews channel. I fucking love that channel. He I don't know if you've ever seen it, guys. He does really quick comic reviews. They're like 2 to 3 minutes long. And that's how I like reviews of shit. I don't need a fucking hour and a half for a book that I could read in 3 minutes. Anyway, make sure you're checking those out. Jack, you got any humpetry?
Not really. I've kind of avoided drama today as much as possible. The things that have enraged me today were just all real life stuff instead of online.
I feel you. All right, let's see what I got here. Scroll back some. Do we want to talk about this idiot? No, I don't. We'll scroll up here. Yeah, the Greta against the wall thing, that pretty much broke right before I was going to do Monkey in the Morning. And in fairness to Greta, she says we need to put them up the wall against the wall and make them do their jobs. That part keeps getting cut out. But somebody needs to take her aside and explain what most people would think if you say put them against the wall. And this is why we don't just listen to 16-year-old autistic girls, lady from the New York Times or Washington Post, wherever you were from. This was an argument from the Brexit election, the Britain election.
It was the Brexit election. Let's be honest.
It really was. This lady tweeted out video of Antifa being shitheads, and they said Antifa are actually protesting because we have a democracy. How odd. To which somebody followed up with, what do we want? Democracy. When do we want it? As soon as everyone agrees with us. And then came the tweet that pissed me off. Maybe they don't want everyone to agree with them. Maybe they want a democracy that has proportional representation. That's not how democracy works.
That really isn't. It's
literally mob rule. The majority wins. That's democracy. And if you lost, it's because most people didn't agree with you or like your candidate. There's no such. What the fuck is proportional democracy?
That's when you keep the fascists from voting.
I saw. I don't think those words mean what you think they mean.
Look, when I'm always right and I can stir up an angry mob, that means I'm always right.
That's
and
true.
Like it, you can be subject to the mob, and then we'll put you up against the wall and make you do your jobs.
Your boy Pat, democracy is mob rule. It's what it is. The people vote, and whoever gets the most votes wins. It's mob rule. Now, it's a much more civilized version of it, but still mob rule.
I guess you could say that, like, the House of Representatives is kind of a proportional democracy. You know, you get as many
Fair
representatives based on population, that kind of. If that's what they mean, having a representative democracy based on population density or something, but all by itself without some kind of balancing mechanism, no.
Well, and they at least over there, they still have something like that. I mean, they're voting on the House of Commons is what they're voting for. They're not actually voting for the prime minister the way we vote for a president.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Oh, apparently Joe Biden is blaming staff for the problems with Hunter Biden.
What?
Yeah.
How?
I'm not exact. I don't understand the arguments.
Did his staff shove the crack in the pipe or something?
I don't know.
Maybe they were the ones putting stuff in his butt.
There you go. I need a hand with this. Margie, Secretary Margie, can you help me?
I'm just an intern.
Hey, you do what you're paid to do, and I tell you what you're paid to do.
Oh, God.
Now put that thing in my butt.
God, somebody clip that. Clip that.
Oh, Jesus.
Now put that thing in my butt coming out of Scribe. Now I
need an animated version of that with Hunter Biden.
Now put that thing in my butt. But it also wasn't his staff that was banging strippers and knocking them up. Pretty sure that was Hunter.
I feel slightly judged there, but I get it. You know, a stripper, she's right there. She's kind of hoary. You're high on crack with stuff in your butt. You're all aroused. Things happen, Monkey. I'm not going to judge much.
Well, I've never been in that situation, so I guess I don't know.
Sure.
You're just invalidating his lived experience.
I've never been in a bar with something shoved up my butt as I smoke crack, and I feel like I'm missing out on a life experience.
You do? Okay.
Bernie Sanders tweeted out today, "What would canceling all student debt mean for you and your family?"
Increase taxes across the board.
Oh,
you're
not wrong. But you know, most of the people, I'll be able to buy a new car. You mean go in debt? I'll be able to buy a home. Go in debt?
My credit rating would go up, but that'd be about it.
Here's the thing. One, it would help me. My youngest son is in college right now, and he's going to have to pay for that. So it would help my family. But all of the people out there who've actually paid off their own debt, don't you think that's going to make them feel a little stupid for paying off their debts?
Yeah, suckers.
Who gives a fuck about the stupid people that actually paid it off? Fuck those guys.
That's what I'm saying. You and your responsibility.
Now, I have no problem if you want to start telling kids, hey, don't go into debt for stupid ass programs that are not going to be able to get you a job. I've never heard Bernie talk about that. Instead, Bernie's all like, we got to pay off the debt and then give it all to everybody else free.
Monkey, underwater basket weaving is a legitimate course of study that is sure to get you a job.
Yeah, feminist studies. What does that qualify you to do? I can write books. All right, good luck. Oh, and then my last one. In response to one of our viewers here, Circus Zero made a comment to Fane about the whole wall thing and asked him, do you lock your doors and lock your phone and all this stuff? And then there's a very good point to that. Very good point to whether or not you actually try to lock people out of different devices in your home and your car, because no security is 100% safe. None, zero.
Nope.
And if your argument is it's not going to work 100% of the time, well then why do you bother with any of it? And Fane tweeted the arguments in support of Trump's $21 trillion wall. That's actually a number he used. That can be scaled in 15 seconds. Just keep getting worse. And as Satsu pointed out earlier, that kid that scaled the wall got caught. And part of the reason he got caught is because he had to scale that fucking wall, and authorities were able to get over there and get his ass. You know how much quicker and how much further into the country he would have got without the wall? Suggesting that wall didn't stop him is ridiculous. Did it completely impede him? No wall does. You can break through any wall. It might take you a long time, but you can get around any wall. But we don't say, oh fuck, burglars break in. We might as well live on the ground. We might as well live in buffalo skin huts.
Well, now if this had been like a fat pregnant woman that scaled the wall in 15 seconds, I'd be impressed. But a young athletic person, that's kind of a dumb argument.
With 2 accomplices, by the way.
Yeah, it took 3 people to accomplish this. So that's fucking ludicrous. A young person in healthy condition is going to scale something much better than the fat middle-aged dude carrying a backpack full of fentanyl is going to. So it will deter a certain amount of people. Mm-hmm. And the ones that do get over are probably going to be a little bit more spry. So yeah, it's a stupid argument. It's always a matter of numbers and percentages.
Well, here's my challenge to anybody who doesn't think a wall works. Any of you, anyone out there, walls don't work. All right, I want you to do this. I want you to stand in front of a wall that leads outside of your house. Not a door, not a window, just the wall. Stand right in front of it and start walking. As soon as you make it out, going through that fucking wall, come back here and tell me how walls don't work.
It's very easy to deal with people like this. All you have to do is ask them a series of really easy questions. Like, you lock your door when you leave? Yeah, I do. Why? Because it makes me feel safe. I could kick your door down at any moment. It's like, yep. Yeah, but when I lock it, it makes it more difficult. Well, congratulations. You've just completely did my argument for me. Like, it's very easy. Just ask them simple questions. It's not that hard.
Yeah, and when we get the moat installed, it will be a lot cooler. Especially with the gators.
Yeah, throw some. Gators are bored all the time. We should give them something to do. Let them patrol the border.
Gators aren't bored. They're eating they're making meth addicts, dude.
Oh god, yeah, that poor meth guy.
Yeah, I don't want a bunch of meth-addled crocodiles or alligators. That really could backfire pretty hard. But
that would be the best security system.
I know. Plus, besides, we all know what the wall is really for. It's to keep the chupacabras out.
Oh god.
Oh Lord.
Now, I've been talking about this for a couple years now, and Monkey keeps dismissing it. But the chupacabra threat is a serious problem that's coming up from South America. We are due to be invaded by these monsters, and we need to keep them out. And now the fact that it deters some illegal aliens is awesome as well. Maybe the chupacabras will get distracted by the fentanyl. I don't know. But
Susan, I disavow everything he just said because it's a conspiracy theory, and I have to.
You say conspiracy theory, I say conspirafact.
Dude, I'm compelled now to take Squeetus to the zoo when she gets older and make her stand ridiculously far away from the exhibits. And she's like, "Why, Daddy? I want to get closer." "Sorry, babe. Walls don't work. I'm sorry." Just like say it really loud and ignorantly so all the people around can hear me say that shit. Sorry, sweetie. Walls don't work. It's a known fact. I want to keep you safe.
Oh man, god damn it. No, look, walls do work. They can't stop everything.
A locked door only keeps out an honest man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only one person that a wall can't stop, and that's Kitty Pryde, because she can go through right through the walls.
And the men who stare at goats.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, of course. I mean,
yes.
I feel like I've lost control here.
Yeah, maybe.
You sent me the invite.
Did. Man, I'm glad you showed up, believe it or not. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your time. Questions, comments, concerns, throw them into the chat now, and we'll do our best to get to them. Gentlemen, could one of you answer or grab the first couple of questions? I need to step away for just a second.
Let's see. I'll catch it when they come.
Thank you so much. I will be right back. Sorry, guys.
All right. Question time, you scrubs. Lots of chat marks, so that way we know it's to us. And if you have statements, so help me God. That's where I'm gonna leave that, because we don't play that statement bullshit around here. What's one fictional character you wish was real? Jessica Rabbit. Because why not? She's a bad bitch. You guys have any fictional characters you wish were real?
Characters I wish were real. I don't know. Trying to think of what the utility would be for some of the characters I'd care about.
No, I don't know. I can't think of any.
Yeah, honestly,
I'm sure there's a few, but
yeah, because most of the characters I can think of just would not operate well in the real world.
yeah.
So I don't know.
All right, let's see here. Review streams. Is Greta just another sob story?
The what now?
Is Greta just another sob story?
Well, I don't know if she's a sob story. I think it'll be interesting to see what kind of person she is in 10 years. But I don't know if that's a sob story or just sort of another sort of like child actor kind of tragedy.
I think that's exactly what it'll be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens with that. I don't wish anything bad.
No, I don't relish anything happening to this girl at all. I think she's being manipulated and used, and I don't like. It's not that I don't like her or something or have something against her, but unfortunately, people have made her the front man for this band essentially, and so I don't know how to.
Says this interruption brought to you by boredom. Sorry, Scribe.
Yeah, fuck it. I give it. No, I'm done. Fuck it.
You can't be done.
No, I'm done.
Look,
I'm
this
done.
is for the audience. We're here to entertain them.
Oh, this is for the audience. Oh, it's for the audience. Yeah, it's not to make me fucking mad. See, when you start talking over me now, I think my internet's fucked up again. You can't hear me, and I'm out of sync, and all the fuck.
But that wasn't what happened, so you should be happy now. You should be like, oh, thank God.
It's my anxiety, monkey. It's my anxiety.
I'm trying to help you by helping you confront it.
This is tough love?
It's tough love.
Oh, great. Just what I need.
I'm a giver.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Well, technically, P-Dog was the giver since he paid for that.
No,
it was Citron.
Oh,
Citron, P-Dog, there's obviously no difference. It's just letters and then words afterwards.
All these letters, they blur together after a while.
It's okay. Monkey can't get past S names anyway, so.
I can't. There's just too many. I don't know where we're at, but I do want to read this. Unholy Reaper said, just got a very angry phone call from my mother asking why I ruined dinner, followed by a text from my dad saying, thanks for the laughs.
Monkey dick, not at the table.
That's awesome. Okay, so I'm not sure what question we were on, guys. What was the last one we answered here?
Yeah, let's go ahead, Satsu.
I think it was favorite character you would want to see have in real life or something.
Yeah, what character would you want to see like real in the world, or a fictional character that we would want to be real?
Oh, holy shit! Where's that at?
Oh,
there it is. Okay, I got it. If walls don't work, then the kids in cages can just walk out, right?
Oh,
well played, Grisella. Well played. Is Greta just another sob story? Oh God,
yeah,
RJ, go sit in the corner.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah, no, she's not. Like I said, she's not a sob story. Or is that kind of word joke, word play?
It's wordplay. It's SAAB.
Okay.
Yeah, that you go sit in the corner, RJ.
That's
Regarding an earlier article, so you're saying we shouldn't model our society after the hermit crabs? No, Sam, I'm saying we should not model our society after hermit crabs. Anybody on the hermit crab society train here?
Is that a Jordan B. Peterson thing?
I don't know.
He was all about the lobsters.
Lobsters, yeah.
My theory is that this is some kind of weird engagement with SpongeBob SquarePants.
Fuck.
I think that's what they were watching to study these crabs.
You know, that makes more sense than them actually watching real hermit crabs. Oh, God. Do you have an indoor smoker, Satsu? Because if you like to smoke food, you need to get one.
No, I've never actually had smoked food before. I believe I told you guys this.
Really?
Yeah, like smoked meats and shit. That is just a fantasy to me that I've never had them. And it makes me very sad because I'm missing out on something amazing, I'm sure.
Dude, you need to find a place around you that slow cooks ribs, man. Oh, my God. You like ribs, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm saying that because we've discussed it before, not because he's black, y'all. You're black. You like ribs, right? How much for an order of ribs? Satsu, serious question. How real is discrimination of police against blacks?
It's a thing. It definitely exists in some circles under certain circumstances. It's not a one-way street, though. There are a lot of situations where that relationship has been built mutually with neighborhoods refusing to work with the police when it comes to stuff that happens in their neighborhood, while simultaneously complaining that they don't care about what goes on in their neighborhood. And a bit of it is just, cops being racist pieces of shit. It's not a false narrative by any means, is what I'm trying to put across, but it can be over exaggerated to a ridiculous degree, and a lot of the time you're not hearing the whole story of what's really going on. So, based on my experience, it's a thing, but put a little mark next to it.
Sorry, guys. Nectar of the Gods. I was ready before the show. I really was. And for some reason, my drink emptied quick and my bladder filled fast. I don't know how those two things are possibly connected. P-Dog Knight, thank you so much, who says, so wealth inequality is perfectly natural. That's a good point. That is a very good point.
It has to be in a free society. It can't not be, because there will always be people more talented than others. There will always be people more motivated than others. There will always be people more ambitious. Like, all that shit exists. So it can't not be if you live in a free society. That is, it has to be regulated to stay even. Somebody has to be keeping it even if it's going to stay that way.
Richo says, Lords of the Night, if Trump doesn't win in 2020, who do you hope is the Democrat nominee who does?
Hope.
And there's Peter.
Hope.
Well, I mean, the question is, which of the current Democratic candidates is your favorite, basically?
Thank you, Evolved Potato. Interrupt Scribe. He likes it.
That is a dirty lie.
Sorry, Scribe.
Fuck. And I've been thinking about this quite a bit lately, but if I had to pick one candidate who I think... Oh, sorry, let's just getting back down to basics. Who do I think would best represent my interests now? And I'm thinking about a president that would understand technology and understand social media and not think it is some kind of magic through tubes and stuff, who might actually regulate the FTC and the FCC in a way that makes sense for the modern day. I'd have to go for Andrew Yang, just thinking about it. If I had to be pragmatic, I'd say Andrew Yang.
Plus that $1,000, yo.
No, the $1,000 thing's bullshit. But if I set that aside and I think about the temperament of the guy and his knowledge of the modern day, I think he'd be the most advantageous for me.
Real quick, thank you, Cody Fry. God bless. Satsu, as the spokesperson for SCOTUS 2020, SCOTUS that's wrong. It sounds too much like scrotum. Anyway, SCOTUS 2020. What are the candidate stances on such hot button topics as the gender nap time gap, global diaper change, and the fall of infant society?
Global diaper change.
she has not spoken publicly on that matter. So until she does, I am not at liberty to say.
There you go. Looking at the candidates, I think Biden would do the least damage until we realize he's lost his fucking mind. I don't know. I would, with what we see right now, probably between Buttigieg and Yang for me. Jack, got an opinion?
I'm in the camp of Vermin Supreme.
There you go. Horse for everybody.
And Satsu?
Yeah, probably Yang because he's a, and it's bad to say, but he's the only person who I know so little about that I'm not afraid of.
Look, I think Yang is a dirty commie, but I'm with Scribe on the we need somebody in there who knows technology. It's becoming way too big of a part of our life for them not to.
Yeah.
Cody Fry, thank you. Stop ruining things with your dirty mind. It's not a dirty mind. It just sounds like scrotum. So pick something else. Let's see. Dorian Gray. That's a question. I don't know why.
Dorian Gray.
Yeah.
Oh, they're talking about maybe a character they want to see in real life.
Oh, okay.
So you want to see a guy who's got a painting hidden somewhere that's aging for him. I'm not quite sure how that adds to our world, but okay.
Well, it depends. Is he going to invite you back to look at his etchings?
Yeah.
I don't think you'd want to see that.
No, you really wouldn't. You really wouldn't.
Satsu, what do you think of the final scene / panel of the end of DR Stone's season today, provided you've seen it?
I thought it was cool. I think they went out nicely. If you haven't been watching Dr. Stone, it's a really good show. I thought it had a fairly good ending. I was pissed out about Food Wars because they put out a fucking episode today that was like, okay, you waited a whole week. Here's the new episode. Just kidding. It's a behind the scenes fucking bullshit. I'm like, God damn it.
I just want to point out for the record that says capital D, capital R Stone. So that's why I said DR Stone, not Dr. Stone. That was not I read it as written.
Gotcha.
Jack, do you remember the exact moment you realized you were awesome?
Yeah, August 8th, 2003.
There you go.
Wow.
It's around noon.
TA says, I want to live like a hermit crab. All the best. Harbos asks, best and worst comic book, anime, adaptation, movie, TV, etc.
Whoa.
That's
a tall order there.
Right.
Worst comic book movie, because I couldn't do anime. Probably, even though I love it, the old Hulk series.
Worst?
Yeah, worst.
Steel with Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, good one.
Was that a comic book?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steel. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Man of Steel. He was one of the Superman variants after Superman died. John Henry Irons.
Oh, okay.
Bad fucking movie.
I haven't seen it, so I can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So many bad ones.
Well, Jack, you think on it for a second. Satsu, what worst best anime adaptation? Well, he said best and worst, but
Well, I don't know about adaptations per se. I know that School Days is an abomination to human beings, and you should never, ever watch it because if you enjoy it, there's something truly wrong with you. Yeah.
Jack, you got a worst?
I'd probably go with the Captain America TV movie starring Reb Brown from the 80s.
Oh, Reb Brown. Oh, yeah, with his motorcycle and his big Captain America helmet.
Yeah. Oh, man, that was cringe-tastic.
It was pretty bad, yeah.
Real quick, thank you, Cody Fry, who says Squotus 2020. Still wrong.
As far as the best one, there's quite a few good comic book movies out there.
Now there are, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now, yeah.
But I mean, in the golden age, you'd be looking at like the Captain Marvel serial from the 40s. That was really good considering its time frame.
You ever see the old Batman from back then?
Yeah,
They're all wearing zoot suits.
yeah. And, oh, is that Bruce Wayne's car? Yeah, he lets me borrow it. No, nobody's gonna draw that connection there, Batman. Good call.
There was a fan trailer where somebody took the 40s Batman and the 40s Superman and mashed them together to create a Batman v Superman trailer. It's
Nice.
really fucking cool.
That's awesome.
Check says, isn't it isn't it pathetic that brain-dead Sophane and his sycophants were using circular arguments of the cost of the wall and false equivalency excuses? To be honest, I didn't read much of the arguments, so is it pathetic? Sure, I don't know.
Wait a minute. Is the wall on the border the one Greta wants everyone to get up to? Because maybe it's a climbing contest.
That could be it. We could have misread what she meant.
Yeah.
Will Forge asks, after a 24-hour liberal news cycle? Thanks. I'm not sure what that was in regard to. Lords of the Night, if you were in the mood, would you all do the crab rave?
Yeah.
I make an ass out of myself all the time, so I wouldn't be opposed.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what it is, but as long as it doesn't involve meth-addled alligators, I'll be fine.
It's that video with the crabs dancing and shit on the beach, and it's got that
Yeah.
I will not be participating in this. I will do the Batusi.
Hey, there you go. At least you got what's her name? Oh, God, the redhead that was there. I forget her name all of a sudden. Yeah, she was cute back in the day.
Do we have to eat the babies? I'm wow.
What?
Sometimes these questions are so out of context that it's just like I'm going to move on.
Yeah,
that's one of them. We just lost Satsu. Satsu's back. Satsu.
I hope whatever I have isn't catching.
And Satsu doesn't have a avatar anymore.
Oh, good.
Well, did I leave? I'm here.
You did.
Oh.
For just a second and came right back. Mr. Scott says emotional support monkey as a question. Sure.
Emotional support monkey. No, you'll get flushed down the toilet at the airport, monkey. Don't do it.
I don't think monkeys fit.
Depends on the monkey.
Lion Patriot asks, how long before Scribe has a real stroke? Hopefully never.
Yeah, let's not joke about that. I prefer not.
Yeah. Jim Heelan has asked, should we give everyone that successfully climbs over the wall an immigrant worker visa on the basis of proving their athletic ability?
See, this is why I wanted to implement a American Ninja Warrior course, and then we could put them in the Olympics and shit. We'd obviously be getting their best if they could get through that obstacle course.
Do they have obstacle course in the Olympics though?
I don't know. I don't really care. I just want to watch a bunch of people try and get through it.
If they can pole vault over the wall, I'll keep them. How about that?
There's like a triathlon. I guess that's kind of like an obstacle course.
Yeah, and once I institute the moat and landmines and the turrets, man, it's going to be really hardcore kind of circumstances. So yeah.
Hardcore parkour.
Exactly.
Oh dear God! What is that? Kaiju? Would you root for a rocket-powered turtle or a walking shark with a knife head?
All right, this is you mean like Gamera? I'd go for Gamera. Gamera. Yeah. Friend to children.
I'm gonna just go with yes.
No, Gamera is the clear choice in that one. Although I would prefer Ultraman.
Ooh, Ultra. There you go.
Oh, Lords, Meowie Christmas. Would you like a Christmas ham hickory smoked, a walnut cream pastry, and a 1957 Chardonnay? I'm not a wine drinker, but I'd eat the others. Why not? I feel like something has happened to Marty. He's been asking us, real foods lately.
Mm-hmm.
Blind Press says, damn you, monkey. Now I want ribs. I always want ribs because I'm a big, big fan.
Well, you know why she wants a rib? Because she's made out of one.
Oh, yeah, them women's.
Mm-hmm.
Women's.
Sam says smoked food is to white people what seasoned food is to black people. Look, smoked ribs are just wonderful. There's a place around here, they smoke them all day. It's awesome. Where are we at? Sinatra says, I want to come interrupt. He says, I want to come interrupt Scribe. He actually yelled that. Well, I already got 4 people on and we're near the end. So maybe another day. We bring you on all the time. It was somebody else's turn. Share, damn it. Should we prove walls don't work should we prove people who say walls don't work correct by shooting the invaders? Well, I feel that's probably not what they're going for.
Mm-mm.
Well, if the wall doesn't work, you've only got so many choices.
I'd like to I'd like for people who live in areas that have like local prisons and shit to wake up one morning and all the walls be gone.
Yeah, no shit. We're just gonna put them in tents today
and watch them all rush to the fucking government office like, what the fuck is this shit? They're like, well, we listened to you people. We listened. You spoke and we listened. We found out that walls really don't work, and we want to make sure you guys feel truly safe. So we stopped wasting money on walls, and we spent that money on getting these prisoners better food.
Havoc says, let Sanute interrupt Scribbles. No, not right now. There's already 4 people on Monkey in the Morning. I sometimes go over that. On here, I don't like to. We did it yesterday, but that's because Scribbles wasn't really with us.
Yeah, I was like, well, I somebody else should be on here to take up the slack for what I can't do. So I thought, hey, Sinatra can come on.
Yeah, so it was we were still basically at 4. Terry asked, if you ate yourself, would you double in size or disappear entirely? Well, one, you'd die, but you'd come out exactly the same size.
Or what if you were eating a clone of you?
Then you're gay.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm not judging. I'm just saying.
Eat your own.
Yeah.
Meat. That's nasty.
Oh, Lords. Ford, Chevy, or armored assault vehicle? Oh, I got to go with the latter, of course.
Yeah, last one. Well, wait, is the armored assault vehicle a Ford or a Chevy?
Oh, I want a Dodge.
Because I'm buying Ford because that's American.
I will take a Honda assault vehicle.
Dodge is American, isn't it?
Not American enough. Built Ford tough.
It's what Al Bundy drove.
Did he? Oh yeah, he's Chevy. That's right.
He's Dodge.
That was Dodge,
Prius,
right? Yeah.
Is Prius assault vehicle an option?
I feel like that would run out of gas or battery real quick.
Run out of gas? What monkey?
Weighs too much. Let's see. Was the reason Don Lemon thought a plane was swallowed by a black hole is because that is his favorite part, if you know what I mean?
Oh.
Wait, was Don Lemon the person who was fucking basically crying on Twitter when he saw that meme that Trump shared of him Thanos snapping people away?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
He did a segment on his show, yeah.
He was like emotional. Like
so bizarre.
It was so weird. Like he just witnessed the murder. I'm like, dude, he about to shed a tear.
Yeah, he didn't actually kill anybody, Don. It was a joke.
Just wait if Trump wins re-election, if Don Lemon is doing the election results.
Oh God, his head will snap.
We might see him have like the perfect meltdown on TV.
You'll have a puppy. Frosted Glass asks, Scribe, do you just support Yang because you want him to cream your mouth?
Oh God, I'd forgotten about that. Oh, that was so weird. Now, like I said, like if I had to be pressed, a president who has actually got at least a foot and a half in the modern day wouldn't be a bad idea to me, honestly. Whatever else you might say about him, if I had to choose one of the current Democratic candidates, that'd be the most advantageous to me in being selfish. So there you go.
The Shroom asks, how drunk am I? Well, I'm not sure. You were able to spell all that, so.
I was about to say, it depends. How much have you donated? Because
none, so he's not too drunk yet.
I was about to say, there are several people in this chat. You can tell how drunk they are based on how much their money they're just throwing around.
Yeah, they're just raining on us. Blind Press asks, Lords of the Night and Jack, have you ever heard or read the comic series ElfQuest? I've heard of it, never read it.
Heard of it. Saw ads for it back in the old days in Marvel Comics. I think it was a Marvel Comics offshoot, or at least one of their sub brands did it. I think I might have seen a little bit. I remember the very voluptuous, sexy elf was one of them. Like there was a blonde, like male hero elf, and then there was like this barely clothed elf. And maybe that's part of where my redhead fetish comes from. I don't know. Was she redhead? I think she was a redhead.
Jack, you know of ElfQuest?
Yeah, I read some issues back in the 80s. It was well done. It just wasn't my thing, and I thought everybody looked weird.
There you go.
Nope.
Well, I knew that for you, so I wasn't going to ask.
I was just answering preemptively.
Captain Brambles asks, if you could bring a fictional animal character to life and eat it, which would it be?
Bambi.
Oh, Bambi's mom.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Might as well finish it, right? I don't want to waste shit.
Gorgie.
Let's see.
He's just gonna ignore that.
Probably Ariel. Just throwing that out.
That Ariel
No,
sushi.
Sebastian, so I could sing Les Poissons, les Poissons. How I love les Poissons.
I don't think eating things makes it so you can sing what they sang.
Well, you know what's suspicious though is that's a crab. And
I
he
know.
danced.
Isn't it? It's true. It's true.
Dancing crab.
It wasn't a hermit crab, though.
Let's see. I'm so drunk that Prospero is now ignoring me. All right. If someone can successfully climb the wall, should you not deserve an immigrant? Oh, we already read that one. Sorry. Should we prove? Oh no, we read that too. You guys have repeated questions. I see what you did there. Check Your Logic says, wait, since Jack is here, if Greta changing her bio in response to Trump was an own, was Bad Comic Reviews streams adding the motherfucking to Jack Cochran and own to hi, I think I'm real?
No, I just thought it was funny because he's being a little bitch.
I didn't know you did that. Didn't we just start calling you that because you were badass with all the shit you sent in?
No, that's because he called me a motherfucker on the stream.
Oh, right. I remember that. Weren't you giving him shit in chat?
Yeah, I was giving him shit in a Tonka Sauce chat.
Yeah.
Because I told him he was being just like some drama queen.
Oh.
And he got all offended by that. I don't remember who I compared him to, but yeah, it was classic.
Did autocorrect kill that? Was fictional character made real after 24-hour liberal cycle? Thanos.
What?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm wondering if there was a bigger question up top that I missed. And if I did, I'm so sorry, Will. Pole vaulting was big in Germany in the 40s. Oh, God. Random. You know where to go. You know where in the corner with you.
Random, you are a gas.
Jesus Christ.
What? Badger's not on.
Jim Healis says, I'm drunk and totally with Jack on this. The wall should be in Ninja Warrior quarters. There you go.
Thank you, Jim.
Favorite Asian show? Example, Ultraman. Pokemon.
Favorite Asian show? I can only think of like anime. Yeah. I really did like Trigun, and I know that's anime. It's not like an Asian show, I suppose, but
He gave the example of Ultraman, so
yeah, that's true. I mean, I watched like 1 or 2 episodes of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers back in the day, and that's technically an Asian show because they just took the footage from an actual Asian show and put it into that show.
so Voltron would be my favorite. I take back my
Oh yeah, Voltron. Yeah.
Now the people who probably have watched more Asian stuff. Jack, Satsu, you got one?
Man, you'll destroy my brain trying to get me to think about that shit.
I would probably go with Ultraman, although Johnny Sacco and his flying robot is a close second, followed by Japanese Spider-Man and Battle of the Planets, or Gatchaman.
Jack has a few. Oh, damn fucking chat. Sorry, it jumped. Let's see. We only got 2 minutes left. What do we have? Oh, I don't see many more questions. There's a lot of people talking to each other, which is great. I love that about our audience. Does Ariel smell like fish? No, she smells like a mermaid.
No, she smells like a human because she has a nose. Yeah, you got it.
Go sit in the corner. Jim it says fictional creature. I want to eat a unicorn. Fair enough.
Ooh.
I want a Pegasus because those wings would be awesome.
Wings.
Finally be meat on wings. Blind Press says, if you ate Ariel, would you be a cannibal? I think you're not thinking about it in
Only
the
half cannibal.
I'm talking about it in the Christian Science
You
monitor.
just got to eat the bottom half.
He's gonna do some clam digging.
Oh. Oh, well done.
What? It's a fish pun. Come on.
I know what it was. I'm not.
It was
dumb.
good too.
Thank you.
Frosted Glass asks, sodium? I don't know. What the fuck?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Depends
And
if you have high
final
blood pressure.
Jen asks, who was your favorite Sailor Scout?
Sailor
Was-
Mars, son.
Oh, though I forgot.
That's
the-
Sailor Moon.
I never watched that show, so I don't know.
I never
Sailor
saw it.
Mars.
Yeah, I have no idea. I've never watched it. So,
Oh wait, I do remember a character name. Wasn't there a guy like Tuxedo Mask? Wasn't there a guy
Tuxedo
called that?
Mask, yeah.
What was he a villain or was he a good guy?
He was kind of both.
Okay, I only know the name, so I'll say that guy.
and with that, that's the end of the show, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to come hang out with me, Satsu, Sinatra, and Random American over on 2 Cents Plus. Right after this, we'll be playing some 7 Days to Die. Jack, thank you so much for coming and hanging out, bud.
Yeah, thanks for the invite.
Pleasure always to talk with you. Chat, thank you so much for the donations. I almost forgot that because I'm scatterbrained tonight. You guys heard the beginning of the show. Thank you. I really do appreciate you guys are so generous, and I cannot thank you enough for all you do for us. Scribbles, are you thinking a stream tomorrow?
I am planning on it. I will put out the link around 8 a.m. Pacific time, planning to start at 9 a.m. Pacific time. I will be keeping a sharp eye on the chat as things proceed. And if the sound drops out, I'm just going to call it and probably try again some other time because I don't want to do a half-assed show if I can help it. But I found a panel discussion from some more diversity officer experts from different companies that I thought might be interesting.
Alrighty, and let's see. I think that's all we have to get through. So, Jack, thanks for hanging out. Scribbles, Satsu, a pleasure as always. Everybody, we will be back for more Lords of the Night on Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern, over on Satsu 2 Cents channel. Please come join us. Everyone, your lives make us sad. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I have control, and I can sing as long as I want to, and you can't stop me until I push this button. I can do it.